Yo, what is up? Hey, what's up, Legend? What is up? Good to see you here. Just bored, so I decided I didn't see anybody else live, so I decided to go live. So here we are, and off the whim live again. What up, Gremlin? Lala Blue, Jake? What's up, dude? Let me give you a rich. See who else is here. Ghost Malone. Oh, I didn't go live on my computer again, so I gotta keep looking at my phone if somebody comes up. So I'm not gonna just let anybody up, but people that I know, then they can come up. It's in the pin comment. Lava Blue, how's it going? Redbird Farm. Mikey Mike, Gremlin, Bat Bomb, Dagnome. I don't know. I just went live out of boredom again, to be honest with you. I don't have anything planned or anything. I just went live off a whim and see what happens. My first time catching a live here. Cool. Appreciate you, Jeno. Yeah, I just decided to go live. B-Sox was going to go live, and then at 6, and I waited and waited, and he hasn't went live, so I decided to. Mikey Mike, what's up? Lennon God's Angels. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, everybody that I get to know, I give them a rich. I'm going to try that again. I did that at first, and then something happened around summertime, I think it was, or spring, and then I had to kind of redo things. I decided to go back to doing this. Hey, Vic, what's up, buddy? You know where the link is there, bud, if you want to come on up. Also, if you do come up, kind of say it in the chat, too, because my stupidity, again, I went live on my phone instead of my computer, so I'm going back and forth from my computer to my phone. So maybe say in the comment, hey, I'm in the basement or something. You want to see my giblets? Oh, Bill is live. Oh, I did not know that. I apologize. I literally looked on the internet before I actually set it up. So maybe he went live when I was setting it up, but hey, Mr. X. But yeah, I looked and I couldn't. I looked at every place I could think of. Catcher wise, there was a few premieres, I think. And then I looked at Ed's channel, Locks, Bills, the Bones, Bad Guys, the list goes on, Webs. And I didn't see anything, so I thought, well, hey, I might as well go live to see if anybody wants a place to come shoot the shit. But yeah, the link is in the pinned description if you want to come up. Anybody's welcome as long as you verify who you are. It's all good. Do you get trolls here like the other channels? Of course. Yeah. I think every channel does, I think, right? Hey, Gonzi. Gonzi. I know you from a couple chats. Vic, you want to come up for a minute, buddy? Show us what's going on with your wood. Lay, you want to come up? Jeno? Anybody? Everybody's welcome as long as I know you. Bill has me blocked. I need an outlet. Oh, shit. Didn't know that. Thanks, Gonzi. Appreciate it. I was about to crawl into bed. Oh, yeah, you're in a different time zone, aren't you, Leno? Gotcha. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to have a show, really. Just see what happens. Last time, I didn't think nothing was going to happen. We actually had a pretty slam dunk of a show. Who dat? Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, not much.
How you doing tonight, Vic?
I'm doing pretty good. I finally fixed my fret saw.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to go to a hardware store and get some bolts and stuff to fix it, but it's fixed.
Good deal.
See, I'm cutting all these little parts out right here.
Mm-hmm.
Those are already cut out, and I'm going up the back right here now. Got to cut all these out. And then where the black is right here, all that's got to be cut out in one whole piece. And then
Yeah.
I'll cut these out and I'll cut all these out here. But
Yep.
here's my little giblets. You can't really see them that good, but a whole bunch of different parts in here.
Your
And
robot
all
a
these
little bit.
parts, yeah, all them little parts go back into here. There's actually going to be four of them. Two of them's going to be like this, and then there's going to be the reverse pattern.
Yep.
And what's going to happen, how it looks like it's raised right here, the black is actually going to be recessed, and the white is going to be higher up than what all that is. So it's like everything that's white right here will be raised up. Everything that's black will be recessed. So
Oh, nice.
that's the snake that I'm cutting out right now.
Nice, dude. I like it a lot.
And it was hard to get all these little pieces cut out right there. See, it's all cut out. So,
Leno, can
and
you let Tiff know that I'm live?
Let who know?
I was just letting somebody in the comments know to let Tiffany know that I'm live. I can't respond to the DM right now, so.
Right.
Just stupid me set it up on my phone again as opposed to my computer.
And
I mean, I can go on the computer, but it's slow.
There's my bolts there.
Yep. Those are
See,
small.
every time I cut one of these little squares out, I have to take my little saw blade off, feed it through the hole, and tighten it back up again on that little part right there.
Hey, Ryan.
And then cut it out, and then have to take it back apart,
Dragonfly.
and then. But yeah, the guy's gonna give me $150 to make logo for his Cobra.
Thanks, Lynn. Yeah.
So I want to get it done real fast. I'm actually working on two different projects. I'm doing Constantine's and doing this here.
Oh yeah.
So
you got the casket done already for Edwards, I think, right?
Yeah, I got it done, and I'm gonna send it out here in the next this week. Coming up, it's gonna be sent out to them.
Cool. Hey, everybody coming in. Christina, Ryan, Bat Mom. Is that Cat Eyes? Do you see Cat Eyes? Jim, Lala Blue. So I'm just kind of going through all the comments real quick. That's so cool, dude. Very, very cool.
All right. Well, I just wanted to come up and show my little giblets. I'm kind of happy with it, but what's really hard is when you get them real small and you go take your saw blade out, they fly everywhere.
Oh yeah, you probably have to put on safety glasses so you don't get it in your eyes, right?
Nah, my glasses, I wear glasses, but the thing is, when I say they fly everywhere, it's like every one of these little pieces that I cut out, there's going to be four of them. Instead of one piece falling out, there's going to be four out of every hole there is. And they'll fall on the floor, then I have to stop and feel for it and put my flashlight down there, get on my hands and knees and play the look for game.
Yep.
And I can't vacuum until I know that, I got them all up. So, but yeah, they're little small pieces, It's going to be over like 300, 400 pieces just for four snakes.
Yeah. Hey, Deborah. How's it going? Yeah. Those little parts, they would have to make them out of something pretty strong for as small as they are. Even though you did say one of them broke recently, but you would think that they would break extremely easily,
Well, they will, but see, this is veneer, and the veneer, the black veneer is real. It's thinner than the maple. The maple is a lot harder, and I use that to sandwich the real thin veneer in between it.
Yeah.
So when I'm cutting out a pattern like this, it's usually going to be three of them or four of them that I'll make at one time. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, if you look at it, that black veneer is sandwiched between the maple to keep it from breaking.
Yeah.
It's like right in here, if I was to cut just the black veneer, it would have already broke. But
Yeah.
sandwiching the hard maple on both sides, it keeps it flush, and that's why I use tape to tape around the sides of it to keep it from going up and down when I'm cutting.
Yep. Makes sense.
And
And that lighting
these
doesn't.
these little parts, man. I mean, some of them they look alike. That little part right there goes back into the snake, and I have to remember where every little part goes, and sometimes there might be two parts that look the same, and they'll only fit in one place. So it's like, this part here will probably go, well, it fell down in a little hole right there. It'll go in that spot there. But there's some of these little diamonds that look similar to each other, and there's four of them. For every cut, there's going to be four of them. So I have to put them in different cases. If they look the
Dude,
same, then I put them in another case. So every case has four parts that look the same, but I might have, eight different parts in here. So it'll be 8 times 4 is how many parts will be in one container, one little square container. So that way I don't get four parts mixed up with the other four parts who, they don't match. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
I was
I
going to mention
keep,
something. You put your finger, your thumb, or whatever is up to that area. Those parts, those pieces are so small.
oh, yeah, yeah. Some of them are real, real small. I mean, like the ones I can't really see, the ones right there are real small. And then I have some right there that's real small too, you know. But
Yeah,
a lot of them are really, really tiny, and it's kind of hard to distinguish some. So I make sure if they're square, I don't put them in the same spot as the next one that's going to be square.
yeah,
I'll mix the triangles with the hexagonal, whatever you call it, and so that way I know where they all go.
yeah. Hey, Steve, what's up? Creep Spotlight as well. Wait, is that the real Creeps? Or is that a fake? 'Cause the real Creeps is modded.
I don't know, man. Uh,
Should be modded anyways. You go check. I don't know. It unmodded Gremlin the other day, I think. Was it Gremlin? No, it's not the real Creep Spotlight. I didn't think so. But yeah, man, I couldn't do that, dude, unless I had bifocals.
well, I wear glasses, so it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to make a little catch pan so when I start cutting them, I don't lose parts because they'll fall down in this little crack right here when I cut them. I have to stick my
yeah,
hand under it to catch the parts as they fall through.
yeah. Yeah, Gremlin's
So,
now. Yeah, you should be modded now. Sure.
Yeah, somebody wants to come up on panel, I think.
There's
Are they
nobody
in
in
the
the
basement?
basement. Nope.
No
There's
one's in
nobody
the
in the
basement?
basement.
Okay.
No, sir. I'm looking. I mean, I haven't had my eyes glued to it, but I look every, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, minute.
Yeah, I might
Yeah,
go
the link
live
is
later.
been coming. Oh, you are?
No, I said I might go live later.
Oh,
Not right now. Not. I go live. Later. You know, I told I told the guy that I'm doing this for that I'll do a live so he can watch it, and he takes his car to car shows, and he said that there might be some people that might want something done, that if I could do a live while I'm cutting it out, that'd be great. He'd like to see it, so I promised him I'd do it.
yeah.
But I'm going to do the bigger pieces. The small ones, I don't, because I have to drill holes in it, then feed the saw blade through, and then tighten the saw blade down. That's time consuming. Then I have to cut the parts out,
Yeah.
and then I'll drop the part on the floor, and then I have to get down on my hands and knees and play the look for game.
Yep. Hey,
So if
Critter
I,
Catcher. Good to see you.
huh?
Sorry about that. Critter Catcher, friend of mine.
Oh, okay. But if I cut the bigger parts out and they fall on the floor, I can see them and pick them up. No big deal.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't be able to. Not like I said, unless I had bifocals.
Right. Well,
And I had 20/20 vision until I was 30. It was the
really?
high desert. Yeah, they told me because I didn't know, coming to the desert, high desert especially, that you're supposed to wear sunglasses, especially during the spring, summer, and whatnot. And I just didn't really. I had a convertible, so I didn't really think about it that much. I sometimes wore sunglasses, but sometimes I didn't. It just whatever.
Right,
And
right.
that's what caused my eyesight to go bad, along with I can't pronounce it, but it was like inflammation of the eyelids. It was supposed to be permanent, but the last, I want to say, 5 to 6 years, my eye doctor said it's gone. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what ruined my vision. Was the sun was so bright here, and if you're not careful, you really got to wear protection. There was one of the girls, my daughters, when we were on the Navajo Nation. It was really high altitude out there, and there was a teacher that came in from New York, and she wore contact lenses most of the time, and she almost lost her eyesight because of the very same reason. Except hers was even worse, because what happened was is sand had got underneath her small particles of sand had got underneath her contact lenses and caused some damage to her eyes. So it's even worse. And she thought she was going to go blind. They told her she was going to go blind. And so she had to leave New Mexico, go back to New York. And the last I heard is she's doing well. And she did lose some vision, but it's something they can't fix with glasses. So she's doing okay. All right, Jay Leno, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, man. Have a good night. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I still have you on still the layout. My bad, Vic.
That's
But
fine, brother.
where am I from? I lived all over the United States. I consider Texas my home because that's where most of my school years were. So I lived in the Midwest, up in Iowa, and then moved back there briefly. I want to say it was '01 to '04. My wife and kids and I, and then we moved back here. Um, but Texas, out of all the places I lived, I have to say is my favorite place. And I plan to hopefully move back to Texas at some point. The only reason why I haven't is because of my kids and grandkids, mainly because of my grandkids, because my first I was going to move after my first grandchild was born, and I didn't. Now I've got 4 going on 5, so I have another grandchild due in May, and we have the gender reveal this month as well. So that'll be. I don't want to not be here for my grandkids, my kids or grandkids. So it's kind of hard for me to move out of state right now. I mean, I can. It's just, do I want? You know what I mean? I don't want to be that far away. Oh, what's up, -0? Let me give you your wrench. Sorry, we're kind of boring. I know. I just did an off the whim live. I didn't know that Bill was live. I honestly did not. All right, Redbird, you take it easy. We'll catch you later. But yeah, I just decided to go live and see what was up, and chill, give a place for people to chat and whatnot, or come on panel. I'm glad Vic came up. Man with the giblets. So yeah, we'll have to figure out. You said you don't have Cash App, Vic? Hey Ryan, you want to come up? Vic must be on mute. Uh-oh. It's like Vic dropped out. Shoot. Must have had a bad connection. You could read the phone book and I'd still listen all night. I wouldn't do that, but thanks. No, if there's no if I don't have anything to say, actually I had a few things to say. I just forgot what they were, but yeah, it's nothing going on. There's no reason for me to stay live. I'm not looking to get any watch hours or anything like that. I'm already monitored. It's nothing like that. I just was bored. I thought maybe some others are too. I didn't know Bill was live, so yeah. I try to be respectful to everybody else. It's kind of hard to even plan a live, to be honest with you, because there's always somebody else, that has something that I didn't see or didn't know about or whatever. But out of respect, we try to work around each other's lives, even a few people I may not necessarily agree with on some things or get along with at the moment or whatever. I'll still try to respect, their lives. I try. Ryan, what's up?
So, Bill's live?
I guess that's what somebody said in chat.
Yeah, then we should stay live.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Bill.
I don't think he likes me, so I don't know. I was just being respectful, I try to look at everybody's
Not
lives as much as I can.
Like that. Let's go live for like 3. Let's do a 24-hour stream.
24 hour. We better do that on your channel though.
Yeah. After this, I'll go live for no reason.
Are you gonna ever give me my wrench back in there? I never asked, but I'm officially asking because it's asked for wrench month for me. So.
Oh, I didn't even know you didn't have a wrench. Yeah, thing is, I need to be reminded of things because I'll
yeah.
To me, like I won't take it. I won't look at it as like wrench pegging or whatever. I do need to be reminded because I don't know. It's not really too conscious. I don't know. Because like pretty much I would wrench anyone that for like impersonation reasons. Because someone that could be impersonated, I would wrench.
See, I ask Gremlin. He probably knows I'm being impersonated with my actual picture.
Yeah, so it's kind of like if the person's like kind of has the potential to be impersonated, and as long as you just don't go rogue, like I don't see why to not mod you. I don't know.
Yeah. That's cool. So what have you been up to lately these days?
Well, I've been working, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to. I'm kind of close to getting medically cleared to drive, but I'm just gonna like buy a bike, use bike, and then just try to see what I can do with that and try to catch.
You can get a electric or motorized bike, as long as it's under so many cc's, you don't have to worry about a special motorcycle license or anything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just getting like a $60 bike on Facebook Marketplace, and it's actually supposed to be a girl's bike, but I don't care. It's just purple. Like, but if I'm saving money, I don't care. I had the same kind of bike in the I rode the same kind of bike in the hood. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I had the same but exact bike.
Yeah. Hey, Gremlin, no, there's they said they were going to stop doing it, and I know why they were doing it, but I don't have all the evidence. It's just a long story, but it was somebody that was using my actual name and picture. And then when I called them out on it about the TOS, they came back with a different name, but still using my profile, my avatar picture. But yes, it was in B-Sox's, I believe. I think, and it was also on another channel as well in that community. Sorry, Ryan, I just want to answer that question.
Yeah, that's produce.
But
I mean,
yeah, oh, go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling. I don't cool color. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your plans like as far as your YouTube channel goes, and as far as Rumble and the catching and everything? What do you have like plans yet, or are you still thinking about it, or?
Well, I would now call YouTube pedotube. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I was even considering like, okay, they're not gonna allow our catches. They're not gonna, and now my kind of sneaky alternative was to kind of make it so like, okay, I'll leave out the catch, so it won't be any vigilante stuff or whatever. But I'll just include the storyline to just tell people about like, you know, the dangers of a predator, and then you know, you can see it somewhere else, since pedotube doesn't, like, they love pedophiles so much that they're willing to, you know, protect them. And yeah, I mean, but even that, I found out, is being taken down by anxiety. Is like they're taking down anxiety war stuff. So anxiety
They
war kind
are?
of did that already. Yeah, so like anxiety war doesn't even post the catch. He just kind of shows like the storyline and all that, like almost like telling a
Yes.
ghost story. And I thought there was like a sneaky like a loophole, or whatever. Like I could do that, but
Mm-hmm.
even that. So now I know it's like it's a conscious decision by YouTube to, and all the crazy stuff that is on YouTube, and they're not allowing this. It's
Yeah. Hey,
it's
GLM.
like, I'm not gonna say it's like, I'm not gonna get like, there's no benefit of the doubt we should afford YouTube. It's pedotube. They've made a decision, and it's against us. So like
Yeah.
I don't think our future is YouTube. I think that we gotta make YouTube MySpace. We gotta like mobilize hard, and just because like maybe we can even team up with other creators and other communities, and just trash YouTube, pedotube.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing, and I know it's a far. And hey, GLM, I just gave you a mod there, Gabriella. Appreciate you coming in here, Gabriella. But I think that with so many people that's obviously left YouTube or got nuked or whatever, and has went to Rumble or TikTok or whatever, fill in the blank, Twitter and stuff. YouTube is going to realize, wait a minute, we screwed up, and they're going to say, okay. And it's because this has happened before, just in different degrees. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
honestly,
I was going to delete my channel, to be honest with you. I was going to delete it, and then I thought, well, no, I don't want to do that because it's history.
yeah, I mean, I would probably just kind of like, I don't know, maybe let YouTube delete it or whatever they're gonna do,
Yeah,
you know, and just transition to other platforms. But I want YouTube. I honestly am at the point where I want YouTube to suffer. Like
yeah.
I just want them to be. I want them to go out of business. I want their executives to realize that they're going to go bankrupt, and they're going to lose their company, and they betrayed the public's trust. And I
Well,
just,
yeah, I've
I
also this is just sheer rumor. Obviously, this is absolute not fact. This is just a rumor I've been hearing in different panels throughout YouTube. Is people talking about hearing rumors? So yeah, it's a complete rumor. The Elon Musk is supposed to maybe buying YouTube, but I don't. Like I said, that is a total rumor. that would be nice. I think people have got their hopes up that he might,
I
and that's
mean,
why the rumors are there. But
I'm kind of mixed on Elon a little bit. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like you could go either way with it.
yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I kind of want to be a little bit more, apply a little more caution with that. Like that we shouldn't just put Elon Musk on a pedestal. And then be like,
yeah.
oh, like he's just gonna save us. Like, who knows, you know? But at the same time, I don't know. I just think it's like if it's Elon's call, it's just gonna be up in the air. But like, I would say YouTube has a chance. But then, other than that, like, I just kind of want to see like I kind of want to just see YouTube, like, let YouTube make its move and just let you, and then make an example of just all just like the entire world just abandoning YouTube because of it.
It seems like a ghost town in our community. I was asking, I think it was Locksmith or somebody the other day. I said, "Does it feel like a ghost town to you, like it does to me in this community?" And it really does. You know, with all the channels gone and or newer ones that are still small yet, you know, that not everybody knows about. And then, of course, with everybody going to Rumble and stuff too, you know, it really does. And I mean, Alex said it is really true. He's like, don't call us YouTubers anymore. Get used to the word rumblers, you know?
Rumblers.
Yeah. That was kind of funny, but I get what he's saying, you know. At least they appreciate us over there. Or I'm not there yet, but at least they appreciate, you know, the ones that are there, the catchers, you know, and locals too.
Yeah, I actually personally became a local on Alex's.
I did too.
Um,
I did it when it was $4 still, and then right after I did it, it was like maybe a week or so after I did the $4, it went to $5, I think.
just yeah, I mean it's just $1. I mean, you know, I think I
It's
was at
worth it.
$4, but yeah.
I didn't know it, but I hit one of the live chats on locals, and I didn't know it, but and I gave him a super chat. It wasn't much, you know, just a couple bucks. I think it was like 5 or 10, and he said, "Yo, I didn't know." I guess he was so new to it. He's like, "Jeff is the first one to do a super chat in here." So I was the first one to super chat. It was either a Rumble or locals, and it wasn't that hard to find. It just shows like a money bag, I think, on Rumble. You just click the money bag, and it gives you the options there. You know.
I'm a little confused with Rumble because I mean I got the app and everything, but I can't. I don't know. I don't get the comment interface. I mean, I'm kind of learning, but I get confused. It's kind of like I just see the live and then I can't comment, but then something happens and then I figure it out. I don't know, but um yeah. But my thing is I'm not gonna stop catching. I'm gonna whether it's gonna be however I do it on other platforms. You know,
Yeah.
I do have like the urge. I just want to catch predators. I don't know. I wanna come back to it. You know, get back into
Yeah.
it.
I do too. As soon as I'm cleared from my doctor and whatnot, if I am, I want to get right back to it. But real quick, Lala, can you post Ghost's second channel? Apparently, he has a live catch, and I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Ghost Catches or Ghost Crosses or something weird. Um, it's like 700 subs or a couple thousand. It's a small channel like mine. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly how many.
Oh yeah. You know that uh the Andrew catch.
Yes.
So that catch, given how like calm I was and everything, that catch got, and it was actually unlisted, got hit with harassment and bullying. That catch.
What? Out of all of them, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, and
That's
all of my catches got
ridiculous.
hit. Like, yeah, that catch. It's literally like I didn't even want to go in his house to interview him, and like I kind of just did to get more information. But like I didn't like for that catch to say like anything. Like
Hmm.
that just shows like it's a conscious decision. Like we have to call it pedotube.
Yeah, it is. They're supporting it, you know?
But yeah,
Sad. I mean, here's what happened with me. I don't know if you know. So the first my first anything that was taken down was the Elena catch, and they got me for bullying and hating against her beliefs, which I guess is the LGBT beliefs. Okay. That was the first one. So I put everything into, I believe, private first, except for number 6, because he ran. You can't really see him. It was more funny than anything. So I left that up, no problem. I got the full green light on monetization, da 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 da. And then the second one was number 5, I believe, was removed from my private. Now I'm still learning YouTube, so I didn't know the difference, but I thought unlisted was like the furthest down you could go where nobody could touch it. That was my thoughts. So I put everything in unlisted, including the Chris catch. And then I woke up to another, which I believe catch number 2 was taken down from the unlisted. So finally I deleted everything, and then I forgot about my lives. So I went back like 30 minutes later because I've already got everything backed up, and then I went ahead and just deleted them all. So that, yeah, I have nothing to show for my catches on YouTube.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of want to like study my old catches to improve because I had like principles going in, but I'm not gonna like pretend that I, had room for improvement, and I kind of just want to like grow from it and just do what I do as effective as I can, and just catch
Yeah.
better as effective as I can and work with others, and to do that. It's kind of like the more like things like that are happening, the more I see the system protecting pedophiles, the more I want to, like hit back,
Yeah.
fight back against it.
And here's another thing that gets me motivated too is, and I have to be
Yeah,
cleared by
right
my
there,
doctor
4 hour
next
catch.
month, but is I seeing the little catches I am seeing not only on YouTube, hi Brother Bill, but on also of course on Rumble. It's motivating me again, and I just can't wait, to get back going and getting out there. And now that we got another dude who's literally got the same, how do I say this, the same goals that I have, is he can only do this part-time like me because he's got, full-time job. He's got kid, the whole 9. Okay. He just got out of the military a year ago. He works dispatch now. He got hired again. I think this is his 3rd dispatch job, I believe. So his goal is to catch a minimum of 1 a month, I believe it was. I said, well, that was kind of my goal at first, was at least 1 a month, if not more, 1 a week. And us together on this, we can probably do 2 a month, if not more. And that's going to be our goal. But we also want to focus on the real bad ones.
I mean, yeah, but honestly though, like, don't make it like a like fuck the people that just say like, oh, how much catches are you gonna get? Like, how much catches a week? Like, don't even worry about that. Just
oh, I know.
Just put in the work, and like I'm gonna get, like, I'm not gonna say like how much catches I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna focus on the process, and whatever that yields. Like, maybe we catch a really bad guy, maybe we get a lot of catches. I'm just gonna put my best foot forward in terms of growth, and
right. That's exactly what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna
tell you like what catches I have lined up. I'm not gonna tell you how much catches I think I'll get. I'm just gonna focus on the process.
It's just a goal. It's just a goal that we have to keep us on our toes, because you know how it is with anything. If you're away from something too long, it's like going to the gym. If you say, I'm going to take a 2-week break. And I used to be a hardcore gym type person. I used to work out a lot, almost my whole life until a few years ago. But if I went 2 weeks to take that 2-week break, 2-week yearly break, I was so unmotivated to go back to the gym. So with that being said, not seeing all the catches and not having a car that's working right now, and just everything, my health and everything that's going on, it got me so unmotivated. But I never want to stop doing it, But now that I'm watching more of these live catches on Rumble and locals and more, and a few on YouTube are popping up, it's making me more motivated again. And then Bryden, his channel is so underrated. please, somebody drop Bryden's link. Bryden puts up some of the most, I hate to say it, they're good, but they're heart jerking. Forewarning, trigger warning on those videos, but people need to watch Bryden's videos. And I watched one the other day that got me, I literally was bawling. So yeah, you can laugh at me if you guys want later, but no, it really tugged at my heartstrings. And it's like, why? I got to do something more. I got to get back to catching as soon as I can, even if it's just decoying for somebody, and watching them go catch the person. I'm down, whatever it takes.
Yeah. So, am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went on stream right. I just shared the live. I don't know. See if I can we can get more people in. I don't know.
Okay. What time did you set it up for?
No, I know. I shared this live.
Oh, I appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And if we decide to go, or when we go to your channel or something after, I'll do the same in my community post as well. Even though I think we have a lot of the same. Well, no, you got a bunch of new subscribers because of Alex's catches. So you got some new. You're up to what, 10K or something now?
I think it's like pushing 11K.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I like.
Congratulations.
It's actually, I mean, it's to some like people consider that a small number. To me, even 2K when it was at 2K is like it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to me. When I stress like a lot, I say like a lot to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like for us, yeah, that is a lot. I mean, to me, that would be like, wow, if I even ever got to like 5K, I'd be freaking out. But I never really looked at it that way, to be honest with you, except for catching, because the more subs you have, the more followers and the more lurkers, and the more exposure. Now it's like, well, since I can't really. But wait, speaking of that, so here's what I thought about doing, Ryan, is doing my live catches on this channel on YouTube, and then immediately private it, download it, editing it, and then putting it up on Rumble and Twitter. What's your thoughts on that?
So apparently they can find your private lives and hit you with it.
Well, yeah, they did mine. Well,
so, I mean,
not the live, but the.
So, like, if you make it live, yeah, I mean, if you even make it live, like, and then you private it, they'll still hit you with whatever. It's like we can't. It's like we can't catch pedophiles on a pro pedophile platform.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm still seeing some live catches. Like, I want to say it was either FTK or Kyle R recently did one or two, and then I think Cam, of course, has done a few, and Ray. Cam and Ray. Now, of course, Alex hasn't. I don't think it's all lives are on Rumbles and Locals now. He's premiered obviously on your channel in Southeast Texas and a few on, but CC Unit's done a few lives, but I think he's completely demonetized now or is his whole channel gone? Because I know he has a new one actually. We were just talking about that actually.
Yeah, I've been seeing the because he said like he was doing like a channel on like ghost stories and stuff, which I saw.
Ghost stories, there it is.
Now he's putting his lives up there. Yeah. And he's been going live on there. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like we're under attack, basically.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And I actually got I don't even want to say it on live, and it's nothing that I'm hiding anything. It's something I'll tell you right after, Brian. It's just something I don't want to say on the YouTube because they're listening. But somebody had actually sent me, somebody from a different platform sent me basically, you're lucky you survived 20, I'll say it, you're lucky you survived 2022 or something on YouTube or something. I was like, what? Okay, is that a threat? Is that supposed to scare me? Is that, I don't really care, to be honest with you, because it's just YouTube. It's not like I have a big channel. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even thinking about like a channel. Like I'm just gonna make my only goal to just do it as effectively as I can. Like I have no goal of how much catches I'm gonna get or whatever, but it's just to, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna focus on the process. That's all I can do.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I'm just doing my thing. Concentrate on my family right now and my health. Work is slow. I can't do Amazon now until my car's fixed. So yeah,
Amazon?
I'm kind of in a sticky situation. Amazon, yeah,
You work
till I get my
for
car
like,
fixed.
but like, what do you do? Wait, like, so you work for Amazon or like Amazon the company?
Yeah, but yeah. I
Oh,
don't work for them yet until my car. I was on a waiting list. My brother does, and you do what's called block. So, say for instance, you get to pick your hours, your blocks, and whatnot. So you drive your own vehicle and you go to the actual Amazon. You get your stuff, right? So if I pick 3 blocks is literally like 3 neighborhood blocks. So you have packages that go to XYZ houses in that neighborhood in that block, and you deliver all those. Well, you can make up to $300 in 3 to 4 hours if you want to. And then also what happens is say I pick 4 blocks, for instance. Just go up a little bit. We'll do 4 blocks. And 2 of those blocks canceled, I still get paid for those blocks because they canceled because somebody else was closer and took it over. I still get paid for it. So I don't have to do them.
oh, okay, yeah, that's a good gig. I mean,
Yeah. Casey, actually, when Casey and his wife and kids were here, my brother got his wife started on it because she was doing, the whole DoorDash or whatever it's called, and Grubhub or something. And Casey, they were doing that kind of thing. And then when Amazon opened up here shortly after, they started this, and that's when it kind of got us all interested in it. So
yeah, yeah, like, I mean, the only thing with, I mean, I don't know, like, I think, like, I would imagine, like, Amazon would kind of pay more and everything, but because, like, it's different with packages, but, like, if I were to go back, I would do it differently, where the only purpose for like, Uber or DoorDash, which I used to do, would be to just go against the, go against the cost of the car, because it's just,
yeah,
because like I used to just I mean I used to like work like crazy hours, but I would end up not breaking much from it because like the expenses that go into it.
yeah. What's up, Dead Bread? Yeah, exactly.
So it's
I'm
kind
really
of like,
looking forward to it,
but it
to the
can
Amazon
make
thing.
sense. It can make sense if like let's say you work to just kind of break even or whatever with your car, then it kind of makes sense because then it's kind of like because of just you're trading your work for a future cost in your car, and then you can lower your overhead and then reinvest your money. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas. Yeah. I don't know. My family hasn't come to a conclusion on some things. It's always a big discussion, obviously, when it comes to property and family and management. But see, there's another thing too, is I may have to be a landlord um, for some family of mine that are going to move out of state, and so there's that.
Oh
And
man,
I've
you gotta be
I've
careful with
only
being.
managed I've
No,
only
I mean, just
managed
yeah,
places before under my friend, and it was only like a fourplex and a duplex, so that was not too hard. But the landlord a house and property or 2 houses possibly, I don't know. Plus it's family. It's like it's
yeah. I
gonna
mean,
be
the best
weird to
thing.
see other people living in my family's home. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing is like I guess if you have like a connection with your tenants and everything, like that's kind of to your advantage. But the like,
Yeah,
because then you can just get like you know, I don't know. I'll just say like you can just get like what do they call them, squatters, and they can
squatters.
tank down the cost
That's
and
what.
everything. And
Yep, And that's what worries me too.
Yeah.
Because see, when I was a manager, like at that one place, we did have a couple issues, and one of them was a squatting issue, and one of them was the worst cockroach infestation I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, uh, and then the one is where we had the gun situation where somebody shot at me and it bounced through my arm. It hit. It did. I got hit, but it went right. It bounced through my skin and hit the wall. That situation. So there was those things that we had to deal with, and that was just yeah. It's not fun because especially when he tells you he's out of state, the owner. He's like, I'm out of state right now. You're going to take care of everything. And I got a full time job at the same time. I'm like, oh my God. So that really sucked. I mean, the only bonus is we got our rent was half price. That was our payment. Is our rent was half price, and not always, by the way. It wasn't always half price. It depends on what was done that month. Like if there was any stuff, like basically if shit happened or not. If shit happened and I had to deal with it, then yeah, he would cut it half price. That's basically all it was.
Yeah, the best thing, like my thinking is, this is what I would do is, I would, if I were to buy a home, I would buy a duplex, and then when I could get to that point, I would just all the money that I would pay for rent, I would put in savings, um, for to buy another house, and then once you buy that house, then you rent out that one, and then you just use real estate um for for investment purposes, not to live in.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 32 cal, and the I mentioned this several times before. Now I mentioned on locks here and another stream, but yeah, Vlad and those who don't know, yeah, it was 32 cal, and they were caught and they got prison time. I think they got 14 years. It was multiple people in a car, and they were parked behind it was a community mailbox. We had to have the keys, and there was a yucca palm tree there and another type of tree. I don't. It's not cottonwood. It's the other kind. And I did not see them when I was confronting the guy that was messing with the gal above my wife and kids and I. She had an ankle bracelet on and she was changing her life around. In fact, we got her at that time. We were going to church. We got her going to church with us, and she was going to a place called Reformers Unanimous at church. It's kind of like AA. It's just more spiritual. And so she was trying to get away from her old lifestyle, obviously, and they were bugging the hell out of her. And yeah, it was a bad situation. So I went out and I was on my cell phone with 911, and I did have my 38 snubby concealed on my right hip, and I did not hear the car. I was talking to the guy who also had a gun on his hip, and I was asking him to leave the property. And the next thing I know, I heard a boom, and then all of a sudden the lights came on. They take off. I'm on the phone with 911 already. I was able to get the license plate, and long story short, within just seconds, the cops had them pulled over. It was crazy. And I literally thought the bullet went right through my arm because that's what it felt like. But no, it just went in my skin and came out.
Yeah, it's one better than Putin. And what I'm saying is, like, what you do is you rent out the other half of the place, and then the rent is always going to be more than a mortgage. So like if you have a mortgage, that cost is less than the rent, like as if you're paying rent.
It does.
And then the difference should cover all that. I mean, and basically the goal would just be to break even. That would be it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you got to break even. Well, there's also maintenance. That's the thing too. Is there's a maintenance fee that would be paid up front, just like there would be a security deposit fee, or if they have pets, there's going to be that. It all adds up. So to rent, at least from my experiences from renting in the past, was always more expensive than owning a home. When you own a home and you have a mortgage, as long as your credit's decent, if you own your home and you have a mortgage payment, it's always going to be way cheaper than a rent payment,
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you just kind of make it so that it just breaks even. Like you're probably not gonna make a profit or anything, but just enough to break
No.
even.
Well, I think their
Um,
goal is they only owe, I don't know the exact amount, between 30 and 60K on the house, on one of the houses. I think their goal is just to rent it out so they can retire comfortably. That's their goal, is just to break even. So when the house is paid off, then they can make the decision. They can either have somebody lease to buy or just sell the house outright or something. Or, they may continue renting. It's their decision. I don't know. But I think that's their goal. But yeah, you're right. Their goal is basically to break even. Hey, Brooklyn, we just recommended OPP. How was the catch? Was it a catch? I think it was Jennifer that said OPP had a catch or something. So they dropped the
yeah, but
link.
I'm saying like, okay, so I'm saying like that cost difference you would pay towards those taxes. That's what I'm saying. So like all that you would do in the end is, you'd break even.
Yeah, that's the whole goal, to break even. If there's profit, there's profit. If there's not, there's not.
No, I mean this. Well, it's probably not going to be like it's probably like the goal like the goal is only to basically eliminate your living cost.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yep.
Like you're not going to make profit, and even that's like the goal. So at first you're not gonna get there.
Yeah. The only good thing I can think about it is I would be working a job that's for my family. So my boss would be my family, which I kind of like that, Instead of working for some Joe Schmo company or whatever, I could be working for somebody that's my family. That's one good thing I look at. I mean, when you try to think about good outweighing the bad, but I don't know if I want to do that though. Being a landlord, yeah, so much. I just see it. Just being a manager, like I said, being under a landlord was a bunch. I couldn't imagine.
So okay, so like you take the cost of your mortgage, right? And then the cost of all the utilities and everything. Basically, like how much it costs to keep the place going. And then that's how much you make the rent.
Yeah, and then I don't know if they're going to include like utilities, like heat, AC, gas, whatever, water, trash. I don't know if that's going to be included as part of the rent. That's a whole different. I don't think so, because I don't think that works that way anymore, because people can ruin their credits by not paying their utility bills with certain companies. So I don't know if that would be included. I have the trash and the sewage obviously would be included, in the water, I would think. But I don't know about electricity and gas. Hey, Bill Gangbang, what's up? I think I missed somebody else. Tonya, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Please hit the like, sub if you haven't. I don't hardly say that, so I thought I would. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Play it by ear.
I mean, you have to press people to pay. I actually worked a job, because I was like looking for work where I was at, and I didn't get paid, so I'm gonna sue them.
Yeah.
And it's like yeah.
It's like that online job that I've been working on. It doesn't, they promise the world and you work hard to do something and they promise you this and then you don't get it. Excuse me. Let's say, hey, if you can complete this task, within the next hour or whatever, they'll give you a time or 2 hours, you'll get $50. And I'll do it like really quick and I'll complete it and surprise myself. And they're like, oh, you did pretty good, but we can only give you 35. It's like, what the hell?
No, you can't make it allowable that they can just walk away with the product. Like you have to you have to like. It's kind of like how Locksmith said, like he would lock the like even if he did the job and they didn't pay, he would put the keys in the car again.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Oh
make it.
yeah,
You have to do it that way.
kind of like a tow company of people that bitch and complain about their, and they truly deserve to get towed. They'll keep the car up, like in the air, until they pay up. And if they don't like it, then too bad. The car it stays up, or they take it. Hey, Ohio
Yeah.
Steve, what's going on?
Yeah, that is true though. Bill Evans is 100% right. Like tenants can ruin lives of landlords. Like literally ruin lives. Like a
Yeah.
tenant can like a bad tenant, it's not just like, oh, they're not gonna pay you. They can make you subservient to them where it's like they can put you on the streets if they're a bad tenant. Because then
Oh
you go
yeah.
upside down with costs and everything. Like that's why you have to plan everything out and you have to screen your tenants. And I mean it's not easy. Like nothing I'm saying is easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ohio Steve, you have to forgive me. I recognize your name, but with the insurgents, the PDF, and we have, I have to make sure that you are who you are before I mod you. Otherwise, I mean, it's no offense, and you'll understand what I'm saying by that. If you're the real deal, which I'm sure you are, but just to make sure, I got to have Mad Max or Lala or somebody confirm you are the real deal and not an enemy of PDF or myself. Sorry, I had to just make that comment. Or Edward or yeah, Jennifer or Angela. Sorry. Yeah. No, there's
Yeah.
been some infiltration going on, Ryan, with some other communities. Yeah, I don't want to talk
Wait,
about it,
other
but yeah.
communities going at it? What's going on?
There's just some people that don't agree with us, or people that we like PDF, or some of the first aid communities and stuff.
First
One
aid
A,
community.
one
What?
A, sorry, 1A, 1A,
What's that?
First Amendment.
Oh,
Yeah,
First
First Amendment.
Amendment. Oh, I thought like
So
first aid. Like, the hell's that? It's like
I'm
band-aids?
sorry. Yeah, I should have said
No,
1A.
no. Nah, that's
Um,
fine. I don't know.
and
Just
a
wondering.
couple others. BSOX's community, I don't even know what it's called. I'm usually good with pretty much everybody there, but there is one little, I don't know what's going on. But for the most part, I just got to make sure they are who they are. I don't really need to be modded because I've had a bad habit of bumping my phone on accident. I've done that before too. No, it's not really about that. It's just if everybody that I know, I mod them because of trolls. Um, which is what I did at the beginning of my channel. And then I did away with that for a while, and now I'm bringing that back once I get to know somebody. So if you are the real deal, then yeah, I'm going to give you a wrench just because that way I know that it's you and not somebody pretending to be you or, yeah. But welcome in anyways. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I kind of am very negligent on rent,
It's his
like
real account.
mods
Okay.
or whatever. I don't have like a policy or anything. I kind of just, I don't know. It's kind
Yeah.
of just up in the air.
Yeah, I was joking. I gave you went ahead and thank you, Lala, for confirming that's Ohio, Steve. I went ahead and gave you a wrench there, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, um, I joke around. I was just joking. I literally was joking around this month when I said, "Oh, it's January. I'm going to beg for wrench." The first one I did that to his head, and he says, "Well, you didn't have to beg, but here's your wrench back." I was
Yeah,
like, "I
one
know."
person. Yeah, do you remember Homeless in America?
Yeah.
Don't ever give that person a wrench.
Well, see, I've heard 3 different stories, and I'm friends with him, like on the internet wise. Like I go to
No,
his lives, but yet
he's
I heard you
two-faced.
say that. What's that?
He's two-faced. Like what he did was because he kind of came across as like a genuine person, but he banned everyone. And I found out it was
Really?
his account. Yeah, so don't trust that guy. He's a snake.
I've
That guy.
donated to him before. Oh my goodness, it's kind of
He's a
hard to.
snake.
I don't know who to trust and who not to trust. I'll take your word for it, but again, I would like to get his
Yeah, it's
side
just
of the
my
story
word. I
too.
mean, yeah, I mean,
You know,
like, but I mean, from my experience, he's a snake.
Yeah, it's hard. It's sad when I hear stuff like that. I mean, it just when you really think you know somebody and then you find out, like that one dude, Brian. Oh, what was his last name? Bowman.
Yeah, I don't really
Man,
know him, but that's really because that actually kind of strikes a nerve um because because he was in like the special education thing, and in school they actually put me in that for up until like high school, and then I tested out of it
mhm,
and everything. But they do they're bad people. Like I don't know, I don't trust those people, like the special education people.
yeah,
They feed kids basically meth, Adderall, and then they give
yeah.
you an IEP which designs you to fail in life.
You know,
And
I'm gonna make a statement that I've never made before on the internet. So if you guys want to clip this, whatever, even though it's personal, but whatever.
And
Um,
and the thing is, like they design it in which, like, even if you try to work your way out of it, they don't want you to work your way out of it. They actually want you to
yeah,
stay on the IEP. Like they want, like, if you're getting IEP, don't think like, oh, it's like they're gonna give you like extra help or whatever. They want you to fail in life. They want to hurt you, like for the
yeah,
most
it's
part.
unfortunate. But I want to
Right.
say something. When I was in fourth grade, her name was Miss Van Egnum, and I don't know how to pronounce that. I do have a yearbook somewhere, the Haley's Comet year. I remember that. We got to see Haley's Comet. But she abused me. Not sexually, but
Oh
she
yeah, no, no. I'm not
physically
saying. I want to kind of make it clear.
and
I'm not saying
verbally
like any of
abused
that.
me.
Oh yeah, no, I just kind of want to like make a clarification. Like, I'm not saying any of that happened. Like, but I'm just saying like the system in general was just shit. But
No,
anyway, go
but
on. Come on.
no,
Sorry.
this is part of my story that I've never told before, and I don't know if I'll tell the other part. But that
Fuck you.
is where I started having anxiety attacks and panic attacks, and I was hooked up to this monitor for my heart because back then they didn't know what was going on. You know, they were thinking, oh, he has a history on one side of the family with heart disease and a history on the other side with colon cancer. So we got to check his heart. You know, I'm in fourth grade, and I literally it got to a point where that's when I found out I had what's called an instant heart murmur, and then later on I developed cardiac arrhythmia. Um, but back then it got to a point where if I was at school, I put my head down the entire day and did not put my head up until it was time to go on the bus home. That's how bad it was with her. She literally like, yeah, it was that bad. So the first time ever, guys, you just heard it here first. That's part of my story.
Well,
Um,
like, you mean like abusive and physically, or
yes, not sexually, physically and verbally abusive. She would hit, punch me, slap me upside the head, tell me she'd when nobody was around, she would tell me the most satanic, horrible words you could ever hear from us. And then for
yeah,
a teacher, a woman that you're supposed to look up to as a fourth grader, does that to you. Thank you, Sean, as a bad boy. I appreciate it. That scared the living hell out of me. Like, and I'm a Christian, and I just gotten saved that year too. I was in fourth. I know you don't know what that means, but anyway, for those who do, like Bill and others, I got saved that year, so I was a newly born again Christian. So I
oh, I
was
know.
really confused.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what it is like, yeah, like people always say like, oh, school's tough, and like the other kids, and they say like kids bully or whatever. My thing is 99% of my problems were actually the adults, the
Yeah,
teachers. They actually gain gratification off of hurting children.
yeah,
And
it's terrible.
now I'm not saying, I'm
It's
being clear.
sad.
I'm not saying like any kind of like sexual. I'm not talking like that. But they like to hurt kids. Like, you know.
It's scary. I don't think a lot of people understand when somebody says, you know, like say CC or Alex will put in the catch title, "Big Fish School Teacher" or something like that, and some people say, well, that's not really a big fish. Oh, it is. And let me just go on to say this. Every single school I ever attended from Iowa to Dallas, Texas, had at least one person that got arrested and charged and convicted for child uh, crimes, sexual crimes. And that person was always the teacher of the year. I mean, we voted for him. Teacher of the year, teacher of the year. Next thing you know, they're gone and it's on the news. That happened to every single, my elementary in Iowa, my first part of middle school in Iowa, then on to Dallas, Texas, middle and high, junior high and high school. It was all, there was at least one teacher that got arrested for misconduct with children. And it was, most of it was actual rape. It was that bad.
Yeah, it's like the most disgusting thing is like even when they're like verbally abusive or whatever, and you can say like, oh, that's not that bad or whatever. It's like when they're kids, it's like they're developing their identity, they're developing their like that will follow them until they're 40, they're 50.
Yes, I'm 47, and to this day,
and like in weird ways in which you can't even explain because it's so deep down in your subconscious, you'll like have weird reactions to certain things, and
yep,
it's because of those fucking teachers, those fucking pieces of shit.
exactly.
It's the
Exactly.
teachers. It's like teachers are worse than like they make such a big thing about the other kid. It's not the kid, it's the teachers. It's the fucking
Exactly.
teachers. Fuck school and fuck the teachers.
School is basically all it is anymore is a detention center for kids. It's
It's
basically
like,
a juvenile detention center.
yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
yeah,
I trust
yeah.
Christian homeschooling people. I know there's a lot of weirdness in that culture. I get it. But I did it, and some my kids did it for a short period of time when we were missionaries, when we had to do, travel the country for deputation. They were in Christian homeschooling, and we did homeschool our children for a short time. So, I mean, I would
And
rather
I'm not
kids be
against
in that.
homeschooling.
Yeah, any kind of
Honestly,
homeschooling.
that might
Yeah.
like I remember there was like I went to a tech school, and my like my high school was a little different because I tested like out of everything, so it's kind of like a little bit out of the system like after high school when I was in high
Yeah.
school, but what was I gonna say? Shit.
So like me.
I hate when my
You're
thoughts
Jeff and
leave.
us.
Okay. Well, my thought's gone. Holy shit. That's not good.
That happens to me all the time. It's called brain fog.
Well, damn. Someone just hit delete on my thought there.
Welcome to Jeffin.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to say it, but oh shoot.
Damn, I was about to make like a point. Oh, yeah. So, the person that ended up like being like the beyond almost the valedictorian, like that person was homeschooled. Like I'm like, because then it's just focuses on learning, but not like the people that kind of like they wanna kind of. I mean, they kind of need to fill up the jail cells to profit the government, and they pick a certain amount of people that they can, because it'll have nothing to do with like, how well they could do at school. They're gonna pick a certain amount of people out to be the chosen ones that will fill up the jail cells, the ones that will be meant to drop out of school, the ones that will be meant to. They do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I worry now that my girls are all grown. They're all 25 and up in age. Now I've got my grandkids I worry about now that are in school. To be honest with you, it was a catch-22. I was kind of happy during the 2021, whatever, the whole thing that happened where they had to do their school from home on Zoom. I was actually more happy about that only for their protection. I wasn't happy for their feelings about it. I felt bad for them, but with all the stuff going on in schools nowadays, I'm just worried about them. And I know that my oldest daughter, my son-in-law, they want to move back over to this side of town where it's more. I know I don't mean to get political. I'm just saying it's more conservative here, and we have a lot better schooling here. Maybe I don't know if that's the reason why. I'm just saying that's I think it is, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that like, because I mean, I would consider a lot of my position on the left, but at the same time, there is kind of like a connection between, like leftists and what's the word? Bureaucracy, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and in schools, and that does happen, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's kind of just as like how it just happens is conservatives will be naturally less inclined. They'll kind of want to cut as much red tape as they can anyway. So then what you'll
Yeah.
get kind of is, an unfretted kind of system, which won't. So yeah, I mean, I kind of could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have kids yet, so you haven't had to worry about any of the situations yet, having kids going through school or anything like that.
Honestly, if the day they would try to um try to put the kids in the system or whatever, like me, whatever they like, I would take them out of school. I'd be like, you're not messing with my kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I will literally say to their face, like, I don't trust you with my kid.
Yeah. We had
Right.
a situation. I think I mentioned this before, but we had a situation when my youngest daughter, I think, was in elementary school. I think about fourth grade. I want to say no. I think she was in fifth grade. Anywho, uh, it was fall. It wasn't cold here yet, but it wasn't hot either. So we went from triple digit heat probably to maybe 80s, maybe even the high 70s. Well, anyways, I was working law enforcement at this time. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. I had to work that day, so I'm getting ready for work. We get a call from the school saying they want us down there pronto because our daughter's wearing a turtleneck. We're like, what does that have to do with anything? She's wearing a turtleneck. She loves her turtlenecks. And so, anyways, I get ready, and my wife and I drive to the school, and there's 2 or 3 cops in uniform in the principal's office. And then I walk in, and I'm wearing my uniform, and I'm the county deputy. They're, city police. And they looked at me funny, like, we don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, the principal looked at me funny, and everybody, it's just awkward. They said, we're sorry to bother you. Can you have your daughter pull down her turtleneck area and show us under her neck to see if she has any bruises or anything? I'm like, why would she have any bruises? They were literally like, they were fishing to see if we were abusive. I said, first of all, normally I'd say hell no, which I should have said that, by the way. But I said, just to show how ignorant this is, sure. So my wife showed her neck, showed there was nothing there. Boy, the principal about cried. She was so ashamed when she I guess she did not know I was a deputy or something. And then the other cops was rolling their eyes like, this is so stupid. But again, I kind of look at it. I guess I looked at it then as, you know what? At least somebody's watching out for the kids to some extent. So I can't get that mad. You know what I mean? I don't know if
Yeah,
that's the right way of thinking.
you'd rather than be concerned than to not be concerned. It's kind of like
Yeah.
have them look for stuff like that than not look for stuff.
Exactly. So I didn't get that mad. And, the officers and I talked that day. They would bring people in. I was working booking at that time. So we talked about it later on in the shift. That we both agreed that, hey, it's worth a look and we should not be so upset about it. It was kind of ridiculous. It felt ridiculous at the time. But on the other hand, at least we know somebody's looking out for the kids a little bit, to some extent. So yeah, I didn't even complain about it or anything after that. I just went about our day or whatever. Now it
Yeah.
still does bother my ex-wife. It bothers her to this day, and she understands my point of view as well. She gets that, but I get it though. So
Yeah, I was just fixing my watch. Hold on.
cool.
Just I don't know. My
Link.
watch does a weird thing where like it I don't know. I have to fix it every once in a while.
Yeah.
I just fixed it.
Hey, Vlad. If anyone wants to come up, the links in the pinned description. We're just literally talking about whatever. Just this is a last minute thing, planned live. Again, it's been fun so far. But if anybody wants to come up, say it in the chat too. That way, because if I was stupid and started it on my phone, and I should have started on my computer, so I have to look down at my phone every once in a while. But if you could tell me in chat you're coming up, that would be cool. Hey, Cat Eyes, what's up? Hey, Rod Plum, hello. And
Plums and
I think we're gonna continue the in a while. I think we're going to NVCAP's channel.
yeah, I mean, we can stay. We can do whatever you want. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't matter. We can stay here or we can go to your channel. It's up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all YouTube, right? It's not like
Yeah.
I'm looking for watch hours or anything. It's like I'm trying to get monetized or whatever. I already am, and I don't even know if I like it. So I'm
Yeah,
just
there's
like,
something
whatever.
crazy is where apparently if you get demonetized, they can hold your money for 60 days after you get remonetized.
Wow.
It's like
You guys want
it's
to hear something? I've never received a check from Google because I have not hit the $100. What's it called?
oh yep,
The 100.
yeah,
Yeah,
the threshold.
threshold. The only money I've ever gotten was through Cash App donations, and I think 2 or 3 PayPal. So I've never received a
Well,
check since I've been monetized. So everybody that's donated, the only reason why I have not received it is it has not hit that $100 deal.
yeah, but what is
It
true
would be
though is as long as you
well. Let
stay
me finish
monetized.
before
Oh,
hold on
okay.
before I forget. When the cats videos came down, everything got reversed, and my views dropped like 10 or 15,000, and all the revenue that was made during those catches was reversed. So I lost that too.
Wait, they you didn't even meet the threshold, then they just took it away?
Basically, I was getting close, but once my catches were completely removed, everything went with it. My views on my
Oh
about
man,
page dropped. Yeah, my revenue dropped. Everything went
wow.
way down. It's like it never happened. Does that make sense? I bet that probably makes more sense. It's like it never happens the way they do it.
Yeah, you can't expose predators on PedoTube.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still want to try doing a couple lives, but we'll see how that goes. So, on YouTube, and then put the premieres on Rumble and possibly Twitter. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the only Rumble account I have is the one I made with you, and we can't change the name, so I'm going to start another one. That's going to be my backup channel, which is NVCAP the number 2, and then Southwest. That's where I go to watch Alex on. That's my channel, and I know people's follow me on there and subbing to me on there, and I do appreciate that. But the main channel will be a new one that we're going to come up with when Seven's done editing all the other videos, the older ones. Then we're going to do is I'll do a special stream on that and give the links to all that. So
Well, yeah, I
that
mean, yeah, but you're gonna change the name to like CPNI though, right?
yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, I'll probably take CP&I off of YouTube and put it on the Rumble. So it'd be probably
Yeah.
just Southwest Jeff or I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. And then on Rumble it'll be something of that nature, a CP&I, yeah. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, we should just go to platforms like Rumble, but I want to kind of see if we can make our own platform. I
Right?
don't know.
That would be cool. Hey, Ohio Steve, what is that link for again? Is that one of your newer videos? 30 seconds. Is it something we can play on here? Like something you want us to play on the screen? Or, hey, Christy. Hey, there's George. What's up, George? Is that the real George? He's cool, right?
Oh, I don't know who that is, George Sullivan. I feel like I do. It's familiar, but I don't.
Just be
I
nice
don't know.
with the wrench, George. That's all I ask. If you're not sure what to do with somebody, just time him out. Never ban anybody. If you're not sure what to do and you're like trying to get my attention, and there's really something going bad on, aside from sex bots, ban those obviously, and doxing and whatever. But if you're not sure, just time him out because at least it doesn't ban them.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. Okay, cool, George. Thank you. And I don't care what side of the fence you might be on. As long as you're cool here, that's all I care about. So I don't worry about, what community you're part of. I'm part of many, so
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I'm trying to figure out Rumble. Rumble's very new though. It's kind of like creators are just kind of starting to go there.
yeah.
But yeah, but they do say like, that they're not gonna ban anyone for anything. I mean that's kind of like their
Yep.
main thing. So that's why we should go there.
And I think, well, I've seen it getting better just in the last few weeks. They've improved tremendously. So I have a feeling that they're going to be top tier pretty soon. It may be a year or two, but they'll get there. They keep it up,
Yeah. I want to see YouTube turn into MySpace. I just want to see them just fail.
It's like I said, it feels like a ghost town to me. It really does. I mean, I don't know. It's just me, I guess. I don't know. Some people said they feel the same way. That they agree. I mean, as far as YouTube in general, like I'm not talking about stuff I watch like movies or videos like concert videos, or I love watching Animal Planet, that kind of thing. I'm not talking about that part of YouTube. And there's other things obviously. I'm talking about the two communities this community I've watched the most. The second one would probably be the the 1A community. There's another one too I used to watch a lot of. I don't know what it's called though. Oh yeah, I was obviously I was involved in a lot of the Christian community stuff until a lot of them started getting exposed. So I was like, nope. So there's only a few of those I follow. That's what's sad for me being a Christian. I think Brother Bill would understand. Is it's sad to see our religion being dragged to the mud by our quote own end quote people. People coming in and claiming to be religious or Christian, whatever, fill in the blank, and they end up being a piece of scum, and then it makes everybody else look bad. It's kind of like the televangelists back in the 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. There's a lot of them that were just completely horrible people. And
Yeah,
a lot of them.
The way I look at it is, it's not like, for me, it doesn't mean like, inherently Christians are bad or good. It's kind of like that people are people, and it's just another thing, like whether they're Jewish, whether they're like atheists, whatever it is,
atheist, agnostic,
like whatever it is, it's like you're gonna get, like, being a whatever doesn't make you anything. Like it just kind of, like, not here nor there. It just doesn't. It doesn't really do anything. It's a belief. Like I can believe something, and then it doesn't. It doesn't change who you are.
Yeah. Hey, Bill. Actually, I want to agree with you and ask you a question. So he put, right, Jeff, it's become a show business. Very true. Very, very true. Now, speaking of show business, you play guitar, I fiddle with the guitar, and I know some professional guitarists that are Christians that are actually singing Christian metal music like Striper. Do you agree with Striper? I know them personally,
Yeah,
obviously,
mode.
and they're just down to earth good people for the most part. Me and Michael don't get along very well, which is the lead singer, because he does kind of head that show busy direction and goes for the dollar sign a little more. But the rest of them are just humble, hardworking guys, and some of them have second jobs, by the way, now. Or for a while they did. I think they're doing pretty good now with their comeback. But what's your opinion on Striper or bands like that, like for the show business part of Christianity? Because I know what you meant by the church is becoming show busy, but like real show business, like Striper, what do you think about that? No, Jesus didn't say enter. Yeah, there you go. That's what. Yes, but
Hmm.
what about? You're right. I can't say he's right. But so do you think it's sinful for Striper to do what they're doing? Because a lot of people, including myself, was one of them. They they were a part of my salvation, meaning they helped. They gave me some verses and whatnot, and a free Bible that got tossed to me, and all that good stuff. Um, Helped me along with Billy Graham and the crew there. So do you think it's like bad for Striper to do that? Because that's what I was told by my parents, even though they bought me to help the devil the night I was saved. But I don't know. That is a interesting subject. What do you think, Brian? As an atheist, are you atheist or agnostic? I forgot.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would just say, I guess, I mean, I would meet the definition of an atheist, but at the same time, like, as far as like the real definition of spirituality of what I think is, it actually is that we don't exist and that we're an illusion and that we're interconnected with the universe, and that's kind of what
Yeah.
religion was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it's actually true. It's like there's nothing inherent that makes us us. There's nothing in our brain that, like, it's kind of like there's an illusion that there's a man in our head that's kind of calling the shots, that's kind of controlling everything. But if you find that's actually not there, it's almost kind of like we're not any different than like a chair over there. It's we're not. I don't know. I'm trying to explain, but it's just like we're interconnected. It's like we can't see the the universe from just our perspective, our lens, but there's actually no lens. That's an illusion.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to like. I really don't want to like come off as like you know like offensive or whatever to like religion, but I kind of can't help but see God as like Santa Claus. Like I literally asked that question like when I was told Santa Claus didn't exist. Like because I said the Easter Bunny exists, I'm like the Easter Bunny doesn't exist too. Then the Tooth Fairy doesn't exist, and then I went to God, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, that side doesn't exist too. And then I remember them saying like, no, that does exist. That does exist, and I couldn't tell the difference, and I was like really confused. But yeah, I don't know.
I
So,
I,
but
I think it all has to do with our upbringing. I'm just being honest. And there are people that their upbringing were completely agnostic, atheist type atmospheres or whatever. And then something happened in their lives where God, now I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, like a Christian. You may not disagree with it. I get that. I'm just saying, I look at it as God sent somebody their way and did something in their lives, which made them finally realize that they needed Jesus. And I know that may not make sense to you, but that's the way I look at it. That's my opinion. And then you have like where I was born into a Christian atmosphere. So for the most part, and my dad was a Sunday school teacher and a deacon, and I was raised in Sunday school. However, even though I heard the gospel probably thousands of times, I didn't understand it completely till the Holy Spirit spoke to my heart through a man named Billy Graham, who was an evangelist, and he was on television. And I was either it was in October, so I don't know if it was right before I turned 11 or if I was still 10 that night. So I don't know if it was 10 or 11, but that's how old I was. I got saved that night. I called in with my mom, and they went through the verses. And I understood everything completely, and I repented and got saved. That's my story. But I've seen a lot of cults also in different churches growing up. A lot, even Illuminati stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
And
honestly, yeah, I did grow up like my family. Well, they were Catholic, but they sent me to CCD, and it literally made me hate religion so much. So then it was like a person that I was just like I hated religion. I hated the idea of whatever. I actually revolted it. But now I'm kind of at a point where I can say that that if someone is like a Christian, it doesn't mean that they're it doesn't mean that they're just because it's not my belief. They're not misguided. They're not like I just think what I think, and they think what they think. They're not they're not
is that
they're not
Nevermore?
they're not like wrong. Oh, is it? I don't know.
Is that the real Nevermore? Is that Bobby?
I don't know if it's a
Hello,
real
Bobby.
Nevermore. Oh, it was FCC.
Yeah, it
FC,
is.
Oh,
It is Nevermore.
Yeah, Jeff. Someone's backstage. FCC.
Oh shoot. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
I just saw you.
Horrible. Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm sorry. It's my bad.
It's all good. Good evening. How are you doing? Both of you.
Good. How are you doing, man?
Doing okay.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Just I appreciate the deep, like, philosophical conversation that you're having. So, yeah, here to listen and contribute.
I'm just rambling. I mean, I don't know, but
yeah, we're just rambling.
I just feel like I'm rambling. I don't know if I could consider that.
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah. FCC is muted.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm eating some food. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just said it, muted.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a real Nevermore.
Okay, we've got looking at world religions right now, right? You want to see what we're talking about, right? Because Jesus is not for everyone, right?
Right. Well,
however, Christianity is the largest religion, pulling in, according to 2020 stats, about 31% of.
You're cutting out. Yeah, you're cutting out.
Sorry, my phone just died. Yeah. So we got Christianity coming in with 31% followers. We got Islam with 25%. Secular, non-religious, agnostic, atheists at 15%. Hindu coming in at 15%. Buddhist coming in at 5%. And then everything else is pretty much smaller than that. So that pretty much gives you a good, like, chunk, a piece of the pie when we talk about, like, religion and, the different types of prophets that are out there, whether it be Allah or Buddha or Jesus or, a rock.
Whoever.
Who knows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A rock, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, one thing that I probably maybe did wrong in a time when I was wanting to become a minister, and I did for a little while, is I think I was too pushy about it. And that upset a lot of my friends and family for a little while, And I realized, wait a minute, what am I doing here? And I realized I shouldn't be so pushy about it at all. Not that I shouldn't say anything if I want to, but I'm just saying I was like a little too pushy, and that was kind of cultic. Yeah. And I realized that later. I was like, whoa,
Yeah. It's much more powerful if, like, if you have information you want to share, that's fine. But the goal is to allow people to forge their own path and come to a particular religion if they're going to, right? If they
Yeah.
show up on their own will and their own curiosity, they're likely to stay. But yeah, the art of like pushing religion on people, I think we all know what that feels like.
Yeah. Actually, this is
Yep.
this is kind of like an insight I got, kind of recently in my later years. Is it actually doesn't matter in general, like beyond even religion, could be politics. It doesn't matter what your position is. Actually, it matters
What your
how you
character
arrived.
is.
No, it matters how you arrived at that position. Because let's
Oh,
say,
okay.
like, there's a bunch of positions I could have. Like, I could say, um, universal healthcare, like we shouldn't go on all these wars, things like that, whatever it is. But some people could take the exact same position, but they're coming from ideology. But I would be coming from looking at studies and looking at, kind of the performance of the policy and making it a debatable policy. But some people can arrive at the exact same position, but they're coming from ideology and dogmatism, and that is a failed approach. And it's not even different than if they had the opposite position of me, but have the same approach. It's ideology either way, which is a distorted view.
Yeah. Hey, FCC, if you don't mind me asking, what
Sorry,
do you believe in it?
That leads you down the path of being less flexible, less open to different interpretations or different meanings, and kind of a one-track mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ideology. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So here's my belief, and it may be probably the opposite for a lot of others, but here's my particular belief is science comes from the Bible. Bible doesn't come from science. What are your thoughts on that, both of you?
What was that again? You got to say that one more time. Sorry.
Yeah.
My personal belief is science comes from the Bible, as opposed to many scientists will say no, it's the opposite.
Well, like I don't think they even have anything to do with each other.
Okay, I've heard that before too.
Yeah, at that point, that's a tough question. You're essentially asking the question of the chicken or the egg, right? Which one came first? Because science is a real thing. It's something that we can like look at and like touch and study and collect data on and interpret data and make a hypothesis and do modeling around. So science is real. But like if you want to ask, well, how did the building blocks of science come into being? Well, then that's a deeper question, right? I don't think science didn't create science. Something created science.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really chicken or the egg. It's like chicken and the kangaroo. Just not they don't like the Bible doesn't influence science, and the science doesn't influence the Bible.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what you're thinking about though is like if you look at our planet, if you look at the solar system, if you look at the universe, galaxies in the universe, and all the way down to the level of from the largest level of the universe all the way down to nucleic formations in our body, there's some kind of parallels there, right? Between like looking at an atom, looking at a molecule, and how they operate versus how our large systems in outer space operate. That's not a coincidence. That's by design. The question is, who designed it?
Yeah.
Who designed it?
Of course.
What do you mean?
The designer, like who, every, probably repeat what he said, like every piece of equipment we use is designed by somebody, right? It's designed and put together by somebody. So who designed us? There has to be a design. Is that what you're saying, FCC?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the human body and human anatomy, I mean, it's amazing that we're actually even alive and that we can talk and we can like form thoughts. A lot of other living things can't. Um, but if you think about the complexity of human anatomy and physiology down to like the way our DNA and RNA are constructed and amino acids and systems and the cellular makeup, you know, the different kinds of cells that our bodies have that play different roles. Like you could say, yeah, over time, these are all adaptations, or like somebody wrote the blueprint. I'm not sure.
So, I mean, like right there, it kind of runs the fallacy of like, then who designed the designer, and then who designed that designer, and then
Yeah.
like a chain of mailmen
Right.
that deliver mail to other mailmen. You know, I don't know. So that's
Sure.
kind of what it is. But it's like, I mean, but I heard from I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that the actual answer is, if anything, he said something like that within a black hole, there's every possible universe that could ever be conceived. So it's kind of like, from what I can see from anything of that, it's kind of like the theory that everything happened. So maybe there's a universe where nothing happened. Maybe there's a universe where we weren't complex. Maybe there's a universe where we're way more complex. Maybe there's a universe where there's world peace. Maybe there's like think about this. Like, what if it's just true that everything happened and then we're just in this small instance?
Like the Truman Show.
Like, we're here and it looks like it's unique to us, but
You know,
it's just here.
yeah, and you know, that's where you get into the whole idea of like, is this a simulation, right? Because the
What's what
theories around black holes, and we don't really, I mean, we understand black holes, but we kind of don't. But it is true that the volume of matter and antimatter that black holes can.
Yeah, you're cutting out again.
That they could the volume of matter and antimatter that black holes can absorb, they're not just absorbing things, they're also absorbing like time and dynamics and all kinds of different formations of not just matter but you know, space and time, right? And at that point you're like, yeah, maybe we're not as old or as young as we thought we were. It's possible that we're the millionth iteration of human beings on planet Earth. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's beyond like Earth, but like, just think about this though. If everything happened, everything, every possibility of any possible combination of everything, just a theory that everything happened, then all of the things that we think are complex and unique, and they're just kind of like, it kind of seems like a miracle. It's just this instance of everything. So it's not even, so then when it kind of comes to that, the creation of it would just, the answer is kind of actually simple. It's just like everything happened. Like, it could be, you know, like we could say, oh, we could have been not intelligent, we could have been all these things, but then that happened too. Like, there's an instance where we could, like, we're even on a panel, we're talking about something else in another universe. It's just like, consider the possibility that everything happened and everything is happening. And yeah, I mean, that's it. It's kind of like it's
Have you
elastic.
ever heard? Yeah. Have you ever
So
heard of
I'm not a very religious person, but I'm deeply spiritual. I'm deeply grounded. But I want to pose this question to you. So for people that do believe in a particular style or brand or story of a religion, whether they be one of the big five or another one, you know, if you have a prophet or if you have a deity that you look up to, whether it be again, you know, Ganesh or Buddha or Allah or Jesus Christ, whoever it is. The next question is, why is there so much suffering that is allowed to occur on this planet? If it's considering that, we recognize religion, we recognize a particular order, and there should be a particular kind of protection built in. But instead, what we see is violence just continuously unchecked in the world, and human suffering is happening every day in every country, in every continent. And how can this be if we rely on these external things, these gods, these deities, these prophets to protect us, yet they fail to do so on a daily basis?
It is an interesting question. There's good and there's evil. And if good's supposed to outweigh evil, why is there so much suffering and violence going on? But the way I look at it as a Christian, the way I look at it biblically is God does everything for a reason and things happen for a reason. What it is, I don't know. So I don't really have an answer myself. That's my only answer,
I mean, I almost can answer that because I'm not religious. I kind of would be the person asking that question. Because yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'll put it this way: if God did exist, I would worship the devil.
Okay.
If God did exist, you would worship the devil.
Okay. Yeah, anything to counter God.
Okay.
Like I would just be an enemy of God.
So I think maybe,
but like, what is your
hate God?
of? Yeah, everybody has a different definition of what God means.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say it's like the classic man in the sky. Like again, I mean, let's just say, that if it was a creator responsible for it, I would be just against that creator, just in its entirety. Because it's like in the scenario, the God and the devil, you kind of would think about it that if you kind of look at like how the story goes, Satan punishes evil in hell. That, like, how would that make sense? And it's like God would be responsible. God created child molesters. God created, all of these things, and then so basically, like, if what the story of the devil's true and what the story of God's true, I would easily just worship the devil. The devil would be great. Like, just anything to counter God.
Right. I mean, just real quickly, I've read the Bible obviously front to back. You got a little bit of things mixed up. If you believe in the devil, then you have to believe in God because God created the devil. So Ecclesiastes chapter 28, I believe. Isaiah chapter 12, I believe.
I'm not saying I do. I'm saying if like, I don't believe in either, but like, if God exists, then I would worship the devil.
Well, what if God is what he is and stands in the side of good, and the devil stands in the side of evil, though?
He doesn't. God created child molesters.
No, God gives us free will. God gives us free will. A person decides whether they want to, like, for instance, not believe in him or not, or to be a criminal or to be a child molester. God gives people free will. But on the other hand, the Bible also says that people are born into sin. Like, if it's a physical abnormality, like, I don't know, fill in the blank, that I've always wondered about that too. But I always looked at it as, well, we're all born into some kind of sin. None of us are perfect, obviously, but what about the ones that are born conjoined? That bothered me too, thinking about that.
Yeah,
so I get it. I get it. It's just
like God gave people cancer. God gave people. God kills children. That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a lot of things, like, we could even, like, weigh free will, but then the things that, like, if it's up to God, I would, you would be the enemy. Like, He'd be just a twisted. It'd be like he'd be like a twisted person, just like a twisted king. Just like anything to go
Yeah.
against it. Like I wouldn't say, it wouldn't even be worthy of respect.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you kind of just take everything at its word. Like, let's say God is what God is, and the devil is what the devil is. Then the devil's right, because then the devil didn't even have to be there if God created him, and then the devil just punishes evil, but then God is responsible for all this and the evil, including that the devil punishes. Then why worship God? Like,
I had a
if Paul
question
wrote,
for my
oh,
pastor one time. I said, "Did God create evil?" It was a genuine question, right? I asked my pastor that, the pastor at the time, and he really didn't have an answer for me. He just said, "Yeah, God created evil." I was like, "Well, can you tell me why and how?" And honestly, I didn't understand what he told me. But yeah, it's a genuine question. You know, even as a Christian, it's a genuine question. You know.
Jeff, I've got a question for you. I've been following you long enough to understand that you have a passion for hard rock and metal music,
Yep.
right? So how do you reconcile in your head and your heart and your spirit so much of what comes out of heavy metal and rock and roll music? I'm talking more specifically on the heavy metal side, and some of the satanic overtones, some of the hedonistic overtones of what we see coming out of modern day heavy metal rock and roll, and your Christian spirit.
Yeah, it definitely. There's a lot of times where, yeah, I'll just straight up be sinful and basically say yes to the music and no, you know,
Yeah.
and that's just being honest.
You
But there are a lot of the people that
you take a hit on it. Yeah.
basically, yeah, I'll just be honest with you. I'm not perfect by any means. But then there's like, I'll know that I'll know somebody, or I know that person from somewhere, or know somebody that knows that person personally, or whatever the case is in real life, and that they're not really. In fact, a lot like Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, he's a born again Christian now. Blackie Lawless from Wasp is a born again Christian. So that like, there's certain bands like, okay, I know them enough to know this, but then there's sometimes, you know what, I like a band so much, or a group or whatever, or even a rapper sometimes, where I'm like, I just like the beat, the music, the sound, you know, or whatever.
Okay, so you're
Yeah,
able to you're able to compartmentalize your ability to just enjoy music that sounds good and feels
Yep.
good to you versus your like religious kind of ethics and foundation.
Yeah, and that may be wrong, but I don't really care. I guess. I mean, I do, but I don't. If you know what that means. I mean, I'm just gonna be me and enjoy what I like. Now I will put my foot down to certain things, but
Sure.
But
I see the chat. We've got George Sullivan. I don't know George who he is, but I think heavy metal can't be fully aligned with evil. And I want to say, George, many of us want heavy metal to be fully aligned with evil, Satan, and all things bad and horrific. So yeah, that's what I've got to offer for George Sullivan.
Well, it also depends on what genre, because there's so many genres now. Because you got like, people will classify, say, Journey. They're more, to me, they're more yacht rock or rock, like the Eagles.
No,
Kinda,
I'm talking about Slayer. I'm talking about Megadeth.
Oh,
I'm talking about
yeah.
King Diamond. I'm talking about Metallica. I'm talking about Motorhead. I'm talking about the good shit, man.
Well, what could
Thrash,
be
yeah.
sinful? What could be sinful about sound? Like, I don't. I'm kind of lost. Like, how would sound like music or be connected like to sin? Like, it's kind of like comparing things that aren't even the same domain. I mean, I don't understand.
I think it's a combination of lyrics, So the lyrics are very clear.
Attitude.
And then you throw in like the imagery and like what the musicians look like and what their backdrops look like. How many pentagrams do you have in the backstage, right? Thinking about the imagery of like Iron Maiden, right? Clearly had like some kind of satanic devilish person named Eddie who was their like go-to guy. He was everywhere, right?
Mascot.
Yeah, and then if you think of the rhythm, the syncopation, the pace of the music, and the ability of this music to bring out the rage in human beings to want to like mosh pit or like rip each other's heads off or fight, which is all fair and game. It's all good. Yeah, it does. There's something satanic and demonic about it. Not saying it's bad.
Yeah. I think there's something satanic and demonic in just about everything that's done, to be honest with you, whether it be Hollywood, television and that type of business, music world, sports. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of everything and everything, is my opinion. Good and bad.
Right.
But they have now my brother-in-law, he's really big in The Simpsons. He's a little cholo dude, and he's all in The Simpsons and everything. And he's like, yeah, they're paying somebody like $6,000 or $7,000 to go watch every single episode up to season 33 or through season 33 and look at everything that was predicted and to see if it really actually came true. Well, we know most of them have. 9/11 was one of the first ones I heard about.
I don't even get that, because it's like, can't the Christian religion be responsible for the Crusades? And that's a little bit worse than a mosh pit.
Possibly.
I mean, it's kind of like who wins at that point, Like,
oh, you're right. Can they? They were responsible. So yeah, you're 100% right. If you think of the religious liberty that was stirred up and drummed up around the time of the so-called founding of where we live, the United States of America, it was heavily centered in and around Christianity, and very quickly became a game and a war to drown out any other types of religions that would compete, including the desecration of the Native Americans, all with the use of the weapon of the cross in holy water. And so, yeah, I'm saying, Ryan, I'm with you. It goes either way, whether you're on the light side or the dark side. Any of this stuff can be used as a weapon. It can be weaponized. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't know. I kind of just I kind of just would take a second look at just don't take things for how they appear or the intentions or whatever. I mean, like, look how much harm something causes. Like, I'm trying to explain, but like, it could be a Christian, like a force or whatever, trying to, like, with the intention to do good, and maybe, there could be, like, maybe metal has an intention to. I don't really know. Like, I'm not really into metal. I don't really know what the intent. I don't really know why someone would be in a mosh pit or whatever the motive for that is. But it's kind of like you get to a point where you compare the two, and it's like, what one is really doing more harm? Like what inherent value is there really? Like, is it just bad because we're saying it's bad? Is it inherently damaging, measurably counterproductive for humankind? Like, I would, like, don't take any concept or anything for granted. That's what I'm saying. Like, just because, like, one might sound more nice or whatever, like, and then one might sound more like, quote unquote, satanic, the other one could do more harm easily.
Well, there's a lot of, and I hope I don't upset anybody. I'm just, from what I've seen personally, I've seen a lot of bad things come from a certain part of the Mormon and a certain part of the JWs, which are, some people do classify them as the Christian part of the faith, religion, or whatever. Most of us, I would say, quote unquote Christians, however you want to look at that, don't classify ourselves with them because the way they believe is actually completely different than the way we believe. Does that make sense? Like, for instance, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that Jesus and the devil are brothers, okay? And then, just to make that very simple, and then the Mormons believe that Jesus is not God in the flesh, which we believe that. So there's a major difference.
Yeah, I'm with you there. What am I looking at here? Something about talking about football now, right?
Yeah, go Cowboys.
Yeah, so I'm not a Christian. I barely believe in God, but I will tell you that the Dallas Cowboys are God's team. So we'll leave it
There,
there.
yeah, there you go. Hey, what was the final score was it last night? Yep. Shoot, what day is it? I get confused. They were playing the freaking Brady's team, man, Buccaneers, and they were 18-0 the last time I saw.
Yeah, I don't know what the final was. I'm not sure.
They did win though, right?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Does anybody know in chat? Hey, Hebrew, what's up, man? They all turned liberal, so I left. Are also questionable. Oh yeah, that's what the JWs. Yeah, Miami has perfect season. Do they? The Dolphins or the weather? Hey, what's up, Frog Air? 31-14. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really go here nor there with sports. I don't know.
So Ryan, I want to ask you a question. We're going to turn this into an NVCAP interview session.
NVCAP interview session.
Inspired by the late TC who left the community, man of his word, who said he was going to do something and he actually did it. What kind of music do you listen to, Ryan? You can't say I don't listen to music. You got to have some kind of vibe.
Yeah, but it's so random though. Yeah.
You like Eminem, I know that much.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Respect. One of the best rappers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of random lately, even old school stuff. I don't know.
Like what? What's old school for you?
Like the movie Rocky?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the soundtrack.
Which Rocky though? The original Rocky or the newer stuff? The Tiger Rocky or Rocky Balboa and the
He's probably talking about the original.
That's what I grew up to, is the original. Mr. T.
Sometimes just what just like without lyrics or anything, just like even just melodies. I don't know.
Instrumental stuff. Yeah, no lyrics, just sounds. So you bring up techno? Rocky, which is a great film. Do you like techno, Ryan?
Not
techno guy.
Really.
Little EDM.
I don't even know what EDM is. Yeah, it would have to be. You don't? I think it would have to be like really good if I were to like it. Okay.
But so have you seen? So you talk about Rocky. So I'm assuming you've seen the movie. And then there was another movie that went on to become a franchise, which I didn't necessarily appreciate. But what set it off was another Sylvester Stallone movie called Rambo, the first Rambo. Have you seen the first Rambo with Sylvester Stallone?
Come on up, Cap.
Honestly, I never understood a Rambo. You
gotta watch the first one. So he's a Vietnam vet. He comes back to the United States and he's kind of hoboing around, and it's essentially an anti-government, anti-police movie, because they're trying to frame him for a bunch of crimes he didn't commit. And he goes haywire and he basically puts the whole town on lockdown and almost burns down a whole town. They have to call the National Guard, and he's just one guy out there just trying to protect himself, and he doesn't know why the government is coming after him. So it's really it's an anti-government film, and it's got some pretty cool special effects for the time, for the 80s. But yeah, it's a badass movie. Check it out.
Mhm.
What's it called? One more time.
Rambo: First Blood, the first one.
Oh, the first Rambo. Yeah, it was just simply called First Blood, I thought.
Yep.
And then it
Yeah,
became
yeah,
Rambo
First
in the
Blood.
second movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why, but some reason my impression of like Rambo, as what I thought it was like some guy living in the wild or something, and then fighting a bunch of people. Which
Yeah, he was living out in the mountains. That's right.
Yeah.
He comes down into town for provisions, and the police start harassing him, and they arrest him, and then it starts from there, where he's actually just trying. He doesn't know why they're arresting him, any of this stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically running
kinda like-
blind.
It's kind of like anything like remotely fictional kind of loses me. Like if it has like a fictional element.
Hey y'all, I got a dip. It's
Yeah.
good chatting. Maybe I'll come back on later.
Hey, I appreciate it. It was good chatting with the FCC.
All right, see you around.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Peace.
Take care, brother.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, FCC is pretty cool, man. I never thought I'd ever see FCC on panels before. Hey, Cap, come up, dude. Hey, come on, man. Come up.
Oh.
And I wish Red Hood was here. We get Cap and Red Hood, so Red Hood could do CC unit, and Cap can do Todd or Tommy. Hey, Tommy, I know you're watching. Why don't you just come on up, man? Come on. Seriously.
Nah,
I know you
don't
watch
know.
my streams.
I don't know. I'm like done with Tommy. I have like no interest in anything else.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. Todd, come on up, man. If you're out there, I know you're watching. I have a special program. I can tell who's watching.
Oh.
I'm teasing. I'm stirring the pot.
You're potting the stir.
Yeah, I'm potting the stir. No, that's a lot of interesting stuff, though, that everybody was talking about, though. It makes you think about a lot of things.
Yeah. This conversation took many turns.
It always does.
Yeah. I have such a scattered brain, so I think that's probably why. I don't know. Let's see.
Dagnome, Todd to Tommy. Todd promised me he didn't answer me. I asked him 3 or 4 times, give or take, in Locksmith stream in all caps. I said, Todd, do you have an update for me on the receipts and the FOIA request? Like you promised on my channel, it's on my last live, and he didn't even answer me.
Wait, about Tommy or what?
No, Todd, on my last
Todd.
live stream. Yeah. I asked
Yeah,
him, I was
I
like,
don't
you know,
wanna- Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like harp on Todd. I kind of just like I kind of just cringed at the Dono Award thing and some other stuff, and I was kind of just like, eh.
Yeah, I'm not harping on Todd either in that sense. But I didn't really know everything. And I brought it and I asked him, hey, if you want to come up, but anyways, we got to talking, and then I started finding a few holes in the story. And I said, hey, I think what would really make everybody happy is what you do is called a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, where you can get the body cam footage, the phone call, and the police report, have that. And then when all your stuff comes in, have the receipts for that as far as the racing stuff goes. I said, and I'm being completely honest. I said that would really shut everybody up in a lack of a better terms. It would shut me up, and I'll be the first to apologize if I said was wrong when I said that he lied about them telling him to pop a balloon with an unknown substance. I find that extremely hard to believe. But yeah, and I said, I'm not. I said,
I thought it was like a weird story. I don't know.
yeah. And then he found out it wasn't Tommy's camp that did it. It was his friend's friend or something, girlfriend's friend, or I don't mean girlfriend as in a girlfriend. I mean a girl / friend's friend, I believe, or something like that, or neighbor that went on the panel on audio, and I think it was Locksmith, yeah, it went on and explained that it was who done that. But why would they put the word scammer and what was the other word, chat? It was scammer on one condom, and it was something to do with YouTube, I think, on another condom. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know what it said, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong. But I think it had to do with something in this community. I'll just leave it, or I don't even know if it's in this community, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Baby R. Baby R. I don't know what that means. Baby Ryan? No. Something. I forgot what it was.
Well, I don't know. No.
But no, I still have nothing against Todd for the most part, except I just wish he would at least answer my question. Like, I didn't even literally ask for the FOIA stuff. I said, "Did you get it done?" Because I said, you know, he told me like, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow." I said, "No, I'm not that type of person." I just said, you know, just let me know how it works. I don't know how it works in his state, like how much it would cost or if it's free, you know, or what exact, which I think is you have to go to the records department, which I drew a blank that day. I would just simply trying to ask him for an update on the FOIA request, and he wouldn't even give it to me. So that kind of bothered me too. But he's still welcome to come on my panel anytime, and if you or he's still welcome in the chats. It's just I'd like to get some answers on that. It's not that I don't. It is what it is. Jeff, how did you come up with that gotcha question? So you're telling me the cops told you to pop the condom and your creamy stuff is genius on 65. It's just common sense, really, you know. When you think about it, with all the fentanyl going on in the country and then words we're not allowed to say on YouTube, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I personally, if it was me, I wouldn't have popped him. I would have actually probably called that's just me. I would have probably, nowadays, 20 years ago, no problem. I probably would have just cut him down or took a bat or something. I don't know, whatever. But nowadays, I'd probably call the fire department and have them do it professionally with masks on because you don't know what's inside of it. Anyway, so what's up, Ryan?
I don't know. Mitch Richmond's there.
What's that?
Mitch Richmond.
Oh, Mitch Richmond.
Organized Mitch Richmond.
Yeah, I see him in a lot of the chats. So what's the deal with or I shouldn't say what's the deal. I didn't sound right. I didn't mean it that way. That sounds terrible. So like how many catches is Alex putting on your channel a week?
A week. I don't know. Yeah, actually I don't know the answer to that, but like I know there's another one coming. I just know that. I kind of just look in. Sometimes I just look in the channel, and I see what's gonna be uploaded.
Yeah.
Kind of how it works is like I'll see what's gonna be uploaded, and it's like 3 unlisted links, and then they just then whatever one gets the green light for monetization becomes a premiere.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Okay. I always wondered how that worked with shared channels, like when he was sharing with, Jorge and stuff.
Yeah.
I think when you just put their email in your, was it called co-manager or co-admin or something? Is that
No,
how it works?
actually, like he straight up has access to like the the same access that I do. Like he has like the password and everything.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
So how do you?
I honestly don't know what to call it, but that's why whenever if I am asked about it, I just say what it is, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Tiff, is that really you? The StreamYard link. Let me give you a wrench. I make sure it's you first because I have trolls. I'm just making sure it's you before I give you a wrench. But you can come on up. The StreamYard link is in the pinned description. Leno was here earlier, but he had to go to sleep. So, man, my computer is so slow, man. I've got to get a new computer soon.
I'm on a phone.
I'm just trying to look up Tiffany to make sure that's the real Tiffany before I give her a wrench. I'm sure it is. I just got to make sure, That's the whole point of me giving wrenches out is verifying that's the real person.
Tiff Mafia.
Yeah. She should have right around, I think, a 100 subscribers, give or take, I believe. Yeah, that's her. All right, cool. 101. All right, sorry, Tiff. I just had, I had to make sure. All right, there's your blue jacket. Now, okay, now you're modded. All right, sorry about that. I just got to make sure. Thanks for coming in. And then Mitch, I think, is also. I think that's the real Mitch too.
Oh yeah, I have a question.
Uh huh.
Were you helicoptered on a stream?
Nope.
Oh, I thought you were
That
helicoptered.
was nope. Chuckles was helicoptered. I think twice.
Wait,
Bill was
Chuckle?
helicoptered. Yeah, Chuckles and Bill was
Bill was-
helicoptered, I believe, twice.
okay. I heard that wrong. I heard I heard that wrong.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying. I thought that you were saying he helicoptered you.
No.
Okay. No, but I thought I could have sworn I saw something about someone helicoptered you and then you interviewed them on why they did that.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's such a long story. I was telling Locksmith about the other day. Remember? I have to ask him first. He's in my chat, or he was, but he went to sleep. He helicoptered. I think I have to ask him to make sure. Okay, I should have asked him today. I think he helicoptered Locksmith a long time ago, like a year and a half ago or whatever. And he quit doing it because we had I guess you could say a panel it out thing that kind of went kind of viral, and I confronted him about it. And now we're actually peaceful and respectful to each other. And he realized he shouldn't be doing that, because he didn't realize that kids could be watching. So we had a mutual respect.
Well,
So,
like, why
yeah.
did he say he did that though? That's like, yeah, but that's like, I don't know what the word is, like, public.
No, I get it. And he
I don't
got
know
it.
what the
He
word
gets
is.
it now, but he don't do it no more, of course. But no, he said he did it to set, like, in a room there was like 6 people, and it was, I don't know. I
Nah, I
can't really
don't know.
answer. I don't want to answer
My
for
thing
him.
is,
I mean, he knows that I'm against it completely and totally against
I
it.
think the word's indecent exposure is
Yeah,
the word. I don't know. It's like
yeah.
people like that. It's kind of like once you're a creep, you can't. You can't fix creep.
Well, he's not a creep like that though. It's like he is strongly for us, what we do, like that, and he realized, wait a minute, doing it as a joke to what he thinks maybe
Nah,
6 of his
nah.
friends.
That was like it wasn't like him playing like a video. That was like his like you know
I don't
what?
know. You have to ask him. I'll have to ask him, or maybe he'll come up sometime. I'll have to ask him exactly what had happened because I really don't know. Because some of them, because there was like, for instance, Tiff knows. Tiff, you can come up. The link is in the pinned comment. There was somebody that was a quote unquote porn bomb, but it wasn't really. Or I'm not. I'm sorry. It was quote unquote CP bombed, but it wasn't actual CP. It was like on the fence, like it was just simply a child's face or something. Even though I'm against it, I get that. You are too. I get that. Most of us would be, but it's not considered CP. I don't think, like legally in the eyes of the justice system or something.
Yeah, but like I'm not buying that. That's a joke. I think that
Oh no, not
that
at
guy.
all.
No, yeah, but like even the helicopter thing. Like I think if someone does that's creepy. Like that's I don't know what to say. Like that's creepy. Like if like someone someone knowingly like I don't know. Just even saying it is like makes me cringe. Like it's
Yeah,
it's creepy. Like you can't like just like how I say why you can't fix being a pedophile. Like it's their wiring. That's like because I think I saw what he looked like too. He looked like a creep. Like that's creepy. Like exposing yourself. Like
see, there's people like you and I that don't understand why people do it, and yeah, to us it's creepy, and we don't get it. Like, why would somebody do that? But then there's people that I don't know. Everybody is different, I guess. But he knows I'm completely against it. I do think it's creepy. I think it's wrong, and I would never do something like that. Period. But we have a mutual respect on that. That's what I'll say is we have a mutual respect on that. That
I wouldn't
he said that if it wasn't for hearing it the way I told him, he wouldn't have gotten it, and that's what got him to I guess that's what he told me.
wait. So what was his
Um,
justification for exposing himself?
You'd have to ask him. Apparently, to piss somebody off on their stream or something, or to as a joke, or I don't know. Tiffany could probably answer. I wish she could come up
Nah,
because she could probably
I
answer.
don't. Nah, he's a
She
weirdo. That's not even
even
like
even even Tiffany agrees that it's creepy.
I don't.
Of
Yeah, but it's like
course.
it's kind of to the extent where like I can't respect that. That's like I don't know. I look down on shit like that. Even like I don't know. I don't actually get how people mix how people like will talk disgustingly sexual then put humor into. I don't even get that too. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. Like it's just like a
that's
perversion.
another. And I hate to say it, but for instance, like, and I'm not saying this out of maliciousness or anything at all, but for instance, people like Bill will talk about certain things that are what
Yeah,
I
he's a creep.
personally would not talk about. I personally wouldn't say, some of the things.
Yeah, and FBC. The one thing FBC were right about it was calling him out that he's a creep. Like that's just like why is he? Like I don't understand how it could. Like it's kind of like yeah. It's like I don't know. I don't. It's like I don't get it. I
I
don't
don't
even get.
either.
I don't even get like at all. Like none. Like it's not even like I kind of get it, but I disagree. It's like none. Like I'm like that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just, yeah, that's what I was trying to say is we're all different and some of us will agree and some of us won't, but like you and I don't understand, like we just simply don't get it. Like why would somebody talk like that or do that or whatever, fill in the blank. And then there's other people that can say, well, it was because of this, that, and the third, and it's okay because so everybody has their own, I guess, opinion towards certain things, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So everybody has different personalities and different opinions on different things. I mean, I think most of us agree, obviously that pedos and cold-blooded murderers should get the fullest amount of whatever. We can. I think most of us in the community agree on that. But then there's a few out there that don't, or at least say they don't, which is weird too. But that's their opinion, I guess. Like, I don't understand Chuckle's opinions at times, but maybe she's just saying it to get a rise. That's what she does, right? As a comedian. I don't know.
I don't actually, honestly,
your-
I don't understand the entire Chuckles thing at all. Like, good or bad or anything, just all of it. Like, she said
I don't.
something about, one thing I heard was that she said something like like her dad was caught, in a sting by a CC unit, I know that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, I will actually say, like, there is a plate there. Like, it's not like there isn't a plate. There is a plate. Like, I feel like I've seen, like, the look in family members' eyes, like, when they find out their family member is a predator, even if they're denying it at the time, it's a sad thing. It's, but comparing that to, like, being a victim of, like, direct abuse like that, I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of like gave the opportunity. I think I gave the opportunity to like make the distinction, but like she just had like all she would have had to do was make the distinction, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
It's not like an all or nothing thing. It's like there is a plate for that, but it's not the same. Like, and just other things. I don't get it. I just I don't know.
I think, and this is just my opinion, I don't know Chuckles that well. I don't know. I've only been to her live, I think, one time, and I had to leave because I think Webb went live on a catch, Webb and Ray, I think. And I think I might have lurked in her room for a minute or two once before, just being the honest truth and all that. So I don't really know a whole lot, but I do what I do know. I don't have enough to really make it a much of an opinion, except that to the best of my knowledge, she hasn't done nothing wrong to me personally. So I'm cool with that. As far as the way she does her skits and her community, maybe that is her way. As I think she said she's a survivor. I could be wrong on that one, but I do know about her dad's situation. So maybe it's that. I don't know. Maybe that's her way of expressing or venting or therapy for her. Does that make sense? Like putting it in the comedian acts.
No, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
because I've heard from other comedians, like when they would tell their stories, like Chris Farley would tell his story. Adam Sandler, Robin Williams. They would, the reason why they became a comedian, and a lot of it had to do with real life experiences. And it was kind of like therapy for them.
I mean, Bill's one of the creepy
So,
guys, and grew up differently. Yeah, apparently. I'm just reading a comment.
yeah. Money. Yeah. Rod, too. Yeah, very true. It could be for money. It could be for fame. It could be for both. It could be for all the above. It could be, I don't know. Everybody's different. That's the thing, is everybody is different.
Well, no, honestly though, but like different in a bad way though. Like there's
Well, both.
degenerates, like
Yeah.
different, but like creepy and degenerates and like I don't know, like
Yeah.
I don't have respect for that shit.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like some of the things that's been going on in the community, and I'm not mentioning names at all. I don't even want to. It's just when you think you know somebody and you think you know this, fill in the blank. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just throwing in an idea, and then all of a sudden there's tangible evidence, that's just fact, and it shows them being almost the opposite of what they were, or something of that nature. It's like, whoa, it's like, I don't know what to think half the time. I don't know. I guess I just learned to I actually learned to enjoy the comment section more than I do on panel, to be honest with you. It's just interesting. I just like kind of goofing around in the comment section a little bit. And of course, when it's serious, it's serious. That's different, But just joking around with other people.
Yeah, it's nice like-ish. How much people are on the pin or on the chat in chat?
Oh, it went down. It's like 20.
Oh, well,
20
yeah.
in live viewers. I don't know about chat. I don't know if that means chat or live viewers. It says 20 watching now.
Oh shit,
Yeah, something
20 is
must
like
be
nothing.
going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's someone mentioned something.
I think so too. I'm trying to look at
Someone mentioned
my
someone mentioned something about something.
Oklahoma predator prevention. They went live just about 14 minutes ago with an update. Colorado Creek Control, take two, numbers. Oh, they have a live catch. It just went live at 9:05. CCC did. Number 72, Jose 49. Damn, that's where everybody's. That's cool though. I mean, if there's I always encourage people to go see a catch if there's a catch. But well, I might as well shut this down. Are you going to go live a little bit later, Ryan, on your channel? Oh, he's on mute. Tiffany, are you still in here? I don't know if you wanted to come up still
Oh
or.
shit! Yeah, I was talking to myself on mute. Goddamn.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, I kind of think like I was going to, but I kind of just don't have the energy. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I slept like 2 hours. I don't know.
dude, my sleeping schedule is so weird. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah, the
And
thing is
I
though,
don't.
if you smoke weed before you go to sleep, you sleep. It's like you slept more hours.
Yeah.
No, really,
Yeah.
it's true. It's like a weird thing. It's like I slept 2, but I feel like I slept like 5. And I was
Yeah.
like genuinely wondering how I was gonna get through the day, but like I did.
That's
And
that's what I
well,
do a lot.
yeah, not
I'll
something to do long term, but you know, but yeah,
I'll sleep like a solid 3 hours or whatever, give or take. Obviously depends on what's going on and what time of the night it is. But I've been trying to get back on sleeping at night, which is working to an extent. But like I said, I'll usually wake up at 2:30 or 3:30 in the morning, or if I stay up a little later, I'll wake up like early in the morning, 5:30, 6:30, or whatever, and then I'm up for the day. But apparently, Locksmith had a stream a couple times all night that I missed. I actually slept. That was the only time I got a full 8 hours or whatever it was of sleep in a long time, and that was a few days ago or a few nights ago. I don't remember. It was one of Locksmith's streams that I completely missed. And I woke up. And I think he was still live. Wait, who just went live just now? Red Hood premiere. Global warming. Red Hood just went live. You want to go over there?
is there a premiere?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, yeah, probably be in chat.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you guys for stopping in. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
for coming up. All right. Also the pasta, Ryan, and Vic for thank you. FCC. Tiffany, if you're still here, sorry. uh, we're going to go over to Red Hood. That's his channel. If anybody wants to drop his link, they can. He's got a premiere. I don't know exactly what it's about. He does different stuff. But I'll go ahead and leave this live for about a minute. So if anybody wants to drop links, they can. But I'm going to be heading over there. Capping the cap. But so I'll be going to Red Hood's So with that being said, hasta la pasta. Have a good one. I'll see you guys here and there or wherever. Later.